Hi, it's Craig, WJ6F. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the newest radio from Radioddity, the GS-10B 10-watt radio, and we'll get to it right after this. The items you get in the box: you get this Tactical TED earpiece and mic set, you get a charging block, USB-A to USB-C charging cable, the owner's manual, bell clip, 2500 milliamp hour battery, 2-meter 440 antenna, and the radio itself. Let's take a look at this radio, starting with the left side. Top button here, push talk. This one and this third button are both programmable. I have this one set up for push to talk B. This third one, I have it set up for FM radio. On the top, obviously, you have your antenna. You have the selector knob for going through your memory channels or choosing a different frequency in the VFO mode. This other knob here is for power on, off, and volume. And then you have your indicator light if you're transmitting or receiving. The screen is 1.77 inches. This button here switches you from VFO to memory. This helps you go through the scan. This switches you from channel A to B. This puts you in the menu. These two arrows can help move you around the menu, and this one exits the menu. And then you have your standard 10 key on the bottom. On the right side, you have your typical Kenwood jack for putting in microphones, programming cables, or what have you. Battery release is down here on the bottom, along with, there's one drawback I found. They put the charging cable, and the indicator light on the bottom of the battery. I don't know, for me, I would prefer to see it on the back of the battery so you can stand it up. At the time of doing this video, this website is not completely finished with the updates. Now what they are saying is that this is a 10-watt radio. They're also saying that it is a tri-band radio, 2-meter 440, a very large chunk, and 1.25 meter. It will also receive the air bands. You have a 256 memory channels, again 10 watts of power, and we will be testing that. For programming it, you can either use an app, the computer, or from the front end. It uses USB-C for charging. It weighs 280 grams or 9.9 ounces. Now it's saying that it has this one key frequency copy. I will see if I can't figure that one out. It also supposedly has transmission noise reduction, programmable side keys. Now there is no price on the website for Radioddity, but if you go to Amazon, they do have a price. They're showing it as $47.99. And it's also saying 512 channels. So I don't know if maybe this isn't finished being updated as well. But again, the 1.77 inch screen. It also has the Bluetooth for using the app, which connects to your phone. And a lot of the same info that was obviously on the Radioddity website. Now down here they say 256 channels. The owner's manual is a whopping 10 pages. First couple pages are your disclaimers and warnings. Then it goes into what all the icons on the screen stand for. You have a couple of basic operation things, but nothing in this shows you how to do anything like programming the radio from the front end or doing the channel scanning. Again, more of the basic operation, scanning function. And then you get into what all the menu items mean. And they talk about cleaning, maintenance, charging instructions, your product warranty card. Let's take a look at how to program a repeater into this radio from the front end. First thing you want to do, switch to VFO mode. Use the VFO memory key to do that. And you see it says VFO mode at the bottom. Once you do that, you're going to enter the frequency you want, and that's 145.220. Next thing you want to do, go into the menu, go to item 27, and you're going to change the direction of your repeater. We want the minus symbol. Then we're going to drop down to 26, and we're going to do the offset. Lock that one in. Next you can go to 14. This is a CTCSS, and you can hold the arrows down to get you there faster. Lock that one in, and then go to 10 to save it into memory. And again, you can hold the arrows down to get you there faster. You see it's locked in there. Exit out. Switch back to memory. And you can see we have it all set up. Now if you want to add a channel name to this, once you're in the memory section, go to menu. I think it's 17. Yeah, channel name. And then go ahead and quickly add these in just like you would do the old cell phones. And then we have Clara. Once that's done, lock it in, and you can see it says Clara at the top. Now that we've got the repeater programmed in, let's test it out and make sure it works properly. WJ6F testing. Well, we heard back from the repeater, so we know we've got it programmed correctly. Then we're going to check the power on this. What you're going to need to pay attention to is these zeros right here. That's going to show you the power. These lines down here, this is where the SWR is. We're going to start with low power and on the 2 meter national calling frequency. And it says it's at 7.1 watts. That's pretty high for low power. This is supposed to be a 10 watt radio. Now let's jump up to medium. We're only a little bit higher there. Now let's try high power. And we're even worse. There's very little difference between the three powers. Let's try 440. Again, starting at low power. And we're at 1.5, about 1.5 watts. Medium power, we're at 3.66. And let's try high power. And we're at 6.92. We did hit 7 for a second there. So it looks like this is only going to put out 7 watts. I don't know that there's a huge difference between 7 and 10 watts, but I would like to see it a little closer to 10. Okay, I've got the radio hooked up to the Tiny SA Ultra. I've got it set to 146.520, same as the Tiny SA, and we're on low power. We're going to give this a whirl and see if it's legal to use in the US. Give it a second to clean itself up. As you can see from this, it is not legal to use in the US. None of them are below the 25 microwatt blue line. So on 2 meters, this is a no-go. If you want to use the app to program this radio, all you have to do is use the QR code on the back of the owner's manual. And if you don't have that, go to the Radioddity webpage for the radio. And at the very bottom, they again have the QR codes posted. Go ahead and download the app to your phone. Once that's done, open it up. You're going to hit this icon right here. It's going to take you over to where you need to be. Go into your phone. Go to menu item 46, or correction, go into your radio. Turn on the Bluetooth. Exit out. And you'll know you have the Bluetooth on because you'll see the Bluetooth icon at the very top. Go ahead and connect the phone and the radio via Bluetooth. Then select the radio model. We're using Radioddity, and we're using the GS-10B. Then click this frequency icon. Channel info is where you'll put in the repeaters and the simplex channels you want to program. Optional is basically the menu. Let's do the 2-meter national calling frequency. Go ahead and hit it. We want channel 2. And we'll call it 2-meter call. Then you're going to put in your frequencies. 146.520. Now, since this is simplex, we don't need to add anything. We don't need to worry about CTCSs or direction or any of that stuff. So once you got that done, and you've got all the frequencies that you want input, go over here to optional. And this is basically the menu. You click on here, set the squelch for whatever you want. We'll do 3. And then everything you see in the menu will be here. Timeout timer. On this app, the highest you can go is 75 seconds, but I believe in the phone you can go to 120 seconds. And you can choose all the usual stuff. If you want your beep, if you want the thing to talk to you in either English or Chinese. You can even change the programmable keys from here with these 3 right here. Now, once you have everything set up the way you want, hit right. And it really does move this quick. Now, if you have a radio that you've heavily programmed already and you don't want to lose any of that stuff, make sure you hit the read button first, bring everything from the radio to the app, then work on it, and then send it back to the radio. That'll prevent you from erasing anything. Go up to, and you can see right there on channel 2, we have 2-meter call, and there it is. This radio comes with what's called 1-key frequency copy, and the way you access that on this radio is by pressing and holding the exit menu button. That takes you into it. And as far as how to use it, I don't exactly know because the owner's manual does not tell you how to use it. I have sent an email off to the company. Once I get a response, I'll do another video to show how to use it. There's only 3 parts of this radio that I don't like. 1, I don't like the spurious emissions. That alone makes it not legal to use in the US on 2 meters. I also don't like the fact that it advertises at 10 watts and it was only putting out 7 watts. Had it been in the 9 watt range, that would have been just fine. I also don't like the fact that they did not include an antenna to cover the 220 megahertz or 1.25 meter. They could have put a tri-band antenna in there or even a second 220 megahertz antenna. Other than that, I do like how the radio is built. It's not too heavy. I think it has a lot of good aspects to it. I think it'd be worthwhile. I love the fact that you can program this in 3 different fashions, that being from the front end, an app, or computer based. I also like the fact that it's not too expensive. From what I've seen on Amazon was that it was less than $50. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you'd like to help support the channel, there is a Patreon link in the description area. And while you're here, why don't you check out one of these other videos? And again, thanks for watching.